Chat, it's a late one, but I'm not going to cliffhanger you. We're going to get to the much anticipated 1996 NBA drafts. Or are we? Because my Dallas Mavericks are the #1 seed in the playoffs. And in the West, of course. And they have an opportunity to end this series before it even gets to that draft. This is the team that had the NBA's best record. And we're going to see what they can do. I am only going to jump into close in-game scenarios if it is an elimination game. Otherwise, we're just going to see it through and see what happens for the sake of time. It is either I win right here, or we do go to that 96 draft where Chat has 4 first-round picks, 2 in the lottery. I have 1 in the lottery. It is the Utah Jazz standing in my way in round number 1, led by a veteran, John Stockton. At shooting guard, it's weak. And they do have someone like Randy Brown, Howard Isley that can play. At forward, Chris Morris and Tony Campbell, nothing amazing. Power forward, though, is this scumbag Karl Malone. Danny Ferry behind him, and at center. Okay, so it's Karl Malone and John Stockton, and that's about it. Can 2 stars overcome this Mavericks team? It is best of 5, round number 1, game 1 in Dallas. How does it play out? It plays out with a blowout. 132-69. The Mavericks. And I know I forgot to put up a prediction, and I apologize for that. And you know what? I got to pay out the other prediction from Madden. You know what we're going to do? Do the Mavericks win it all? That is the prediction. Instead of series by series outcome, that is the prediction. Do the Mavericks win it all? That way I don't have to do it for every fucking one. 41 points for Penny Hardaway. My other 3-star players, Kendall Gill didn't even have 20 points, but we had 4 guys with at least 20 points. One of the most dominant playoff victories in the history of basketball. Just 24 points for Karl Malone. He and Stockton both fouled out after less than half an hour played. Pure dominance. A plus 57 for Penny Hardaway in game 1. We head to game number 2. I'm not expecting that type of performance again, but a win would be nice. Again, it is best of 5 in this opening round. The Dallas Mavericks are up 2-0. 108-93. Another great performance from Penny Hardaway with Mourning and Gill. All over 20 points. And just 20 points for Malone. John Stockton fouled out after 21 minutes. The Mavericks in the driver's seat, heading to Utah for game 3. Our second round matchup in the East. One of them already, Indiana and Miami, is already set as Chicago and New Jersey have been eliminated. Can the Mavericks pull off the sweep, or will there be a home team winning trend that we have to try to fend off? The Dallas Mavericks sweep Stockton, Malone, and the Jazz. Alonzo Mourning, a phenomenal performance. And the Mavericks are on to round 2. Wow. John Stockton never put up more than 20 points in any of those 3 games. A dominant victory for the Mavs in round 1, led by Penny Hardaway and Alonzo Mourning. Wow. In the second round, it will be the Sacramento Kings, Portland and Denver, fresh off of the... Oh my God, Portland and Denver. Golden State and Seattle have both fallen. Two super teams upset in the first round. It's Blazers and Nuggets, Mavericks and Kings. On the Eastern side, the Hawks upset the Celtics as the Magic knocked out the Sixers. As we get ready for round two, the Sacramento Kings with Tim Hardaway and former member of the Mavericks, Cary Grant. Shooting guard, Billy Owens. Forward, Robert Horry. Power forward, an injured Chris Webber. And their center, Dwayne Anderson. We go to game one. Best of 7. How's it going to play out? We're the favorites in this series. That doesn't mean it's a guaranteed victory as the Sacramento Kings take game one. 124 to 120. Case in point, it's not over till it's over. Great effort offensively. I don't even know how the fuck their point totals add up to 124. But an injured Chris Webber led the way. And that's a very, very regrettable loss for Dallas in a game that we really should have won. Game 2. Sacramento continues to keep it close. But the Dallas Mavericks survive and take game 2, 111 to 106. A double-double for Penny Hardaway. Sacramento does their job and does win a game on the road to start the series. It's 2-1 Portland, 2-0 Orlando, 2-1 Miami. We go to game 3. What will happen now that the series has shifted to Sacramento? The Kings leading most of the way until the Mavericks pull away. 129 to 117. Doubles for Gill and Hardaway. A team high 31 points for Alonzo Mourning. As an injured Chris Webber is doing everything that he can. But the Mavericks bounce back from a game 1 loss and are up 2-1. The Blazers up 3-1, as are the Heat. The Magic up 3-0 over Atlanta. We go to game 4. Trying to take a commanding 3-1 series lead over Sacramento. The Dallas Mavericks, 1 win away from the Western Conference Final. Hardaway, Simmons, both over 30 points. A double for Alonzo Mourning. Webber's doing what he can. The Mavericks are 1 win away. As the Blazers await the winner of the series, Miami will play Orlando in the Eastern Conference Final. Can the Mavericks set the stage for a series showdown with Portland? The Dallas Mavericks are in the conference final. 114 to 74. 4 straight wins after dropping game 1. 31 points from Penny Hardaway as the Stars all had at least 24 points. Who needs depth scoring with a core like that? Dallas, 7-1 in this postseason so far. The Blazers are next, but will they be too much? As we get a look at the numbers here in the conference semifinals, unbelievable. All 4 members of the core 4 average 20 points. I am missing Tracy Murray, but all 4 members of the core 4 averaging 20 points. Alonzo and Penny averaging double-doubles. The Portland Trailblazers look like this. Point guard, Terry Porter. And just a down on his luck, Derek Harper. Shooting guard, Clyde Drexler. Forward, Jerome Kersey and Marcus Liberty. Power forward, Victor Alexander. And center, Dana Westfall. This is the Mavericks series to lose, but Porter and Drexler, the old guard, might not be done yet. It is game number 1. What's going to happen? As I believe the Magic took game 1 over the Heat. It's a back and forth game to kick off this series. But the Dallas Mavericks survive and take game 1, 32 points from Kendall Gill. Doubles for Mourning and Hardaway. 21 points for Drexler. We go to game 2. Game number 2. Still a long way to go, chat. You're not done yet. Still got to win 7 more games. That's a lot of games. As the Blazers take game 2 by 1 point. 105 to 104. 39 points for Kendall Gill was not enough. The lack of depth scoring did haunt us there. Miami wins game 3. Who will have a 2-1 advantage, much like the Orlando Magic do over in the East. The series now in Portland. As the Trailblazers trying to hold on, and they do. Drexler and the Blazers, 110 to 104. And a 2-1 series lead. 29 points from Clyde. This series is not over. As the Miami Heat tie it up with Orlando. We go to game number 4. What feels like a must-win for the Mavericks. Otherwise, Portland has a 3-1 lead. And the Mavericks pull away in the third. The Blazers battle back, but it's too little too late. 104 to 99. Kendall Gill leading the way. And the Western Conference Final is tied at 2-2. The Miami Heat are 1 win away from the NBA Final. Who will be able to say the same at the end of this game? Game number 5. Portland pulling away. Overtime, and the Blazers win 117 to 110. And Portland 1 win away from the final. Told you it wasn't over. The Miami Heat have eliminated Shaq and the Magic. The Heat await the winner. The Mavericks need to win 2 in a row. I'm dropping the bench down to 6. It's got to be 2 in a row. Game 6. Hot start for the Blazers. The Mavericks trying to keep their season alive. A 2-point lead with 1:48 to go. Will there be a game 7? Or will the Portland Trailblazers take on the Miami Heat in the final? The inbound to Drexler.
Here's Drexler.
Drexler hits the shot. We're tied at 87.
Drexler dependable at knocking down big shots, and that's why he's so well respected.
Inside, intercepted by Kersey. Portland ball.
Porter against Hardaway. Porter passes to Drexler.
Drexler.
1:24 left in the fourth quarter.
Held up. Terry Porter. Off the pick. Porter for 3.
In for another field goal. A sublime 9 of 14 on the night.
5 unanswered for Portland with 1:16 to go. They lead by 3.
This guy does not fear the big moment.
Passes it to Mourning.
The inside, Alonzo Mourning misses the shot.
Portland leading by 3.
Told you guys it wasn't guaranteed that I'd win.
Short pitch to Porter.
Drexler.
It's good.
In a clutch situation, Drexler and
5-point lead for Portland.
Outside Hardaway.
Hardaway misses.
And that's an intentional foul.
And it looks like Chat will indeed survive.
They're ahead by 5. There's 4.
Told you I wasn't fully confident in this group, but I had to go for it. Thank God I have that Pistons top 3 pick. Fuck me.
He's checked in for Dallas. Time now to turn to our sideline reporter.
Penny with a clutch playoff miss. This one's likely over with 42 seconds to go.
Adelman was telling his team. He told them, let's end the series now.
There's the intentional foul on all people.
Take advantage of this situation in
To the best shooter. The Mavericks looking like they're going to fall in 6.
Good on the first, and that increases.
The veteran Blazers, a brutal, brutal loss, to say the least.
I mean, if he can't find a shot for a teammate, he's got one of his own that he can load and launch.
You never
What a
want to
poor
lose
showing.
at the line, especially when you're trying to build on your lead.
Lonzo.
Morning can't make it work.
And we still haven't scored.
But it might have just disrupted.
No more intentional fouls. The Portland Trailblazers.
No good from the wing. That's a quality set.
Surprised Drexler shot that.
Hey, they don't all
Need a quick 3, and even then it's almost impossible. Thought he had room to shoot and didn't.
Here's Caffey. Knocks down the
Caffey finally gets our first bucket
of his teammates.
with 5.5 to go.
Takes these quick shots.
Playoff should have been ours. I had a better roster than Portland by far.
They foul intentionally. That's what they have to do at this
As I said, I mean, I was definitely the favorite. Mavericks should have won, but should have doesn't guarantee anything, man. We've seen it plenty of times last year. Super teams that just don't make it.
and that puts them up by
The lead's up to 5.
And so he drops them both.
Now 6.
6-point ball game.
The Portland Trailblazers will play the Miami Heat
And the Mavericks
in the NBA Final.
They're trailing by 6.
As this era will continue. I got the win in the first one. Might still get the win in this one. Time will tell. But Chat is still alive.
To extend the game, ring out wins, or at least
Would
less.
take a very, very quick 3 just to have a hope in hell.
No good. That
There's the miss. Blazers win.
Trailblazers have won the series.
Blazers win.
Slate of games in the Western Conference. They were certainly tested.
That is a
What lies ahead.
very poor loss for the Mavericks. A vastly superior team
This is just the beginning for them. They know they're still alive.
who were rolling.
Preparing mentally and
Absolutely rolling
coming out of the East.
through the first 2 rounds.
They have to accomplish their
But then they choke in the conference final to Portland. And as a result, this series continues. Oof. Oof, oof, oof. As I said, I'm not surprised. I don't get my hopes up until I'm literally about to fucking win. I've seen this sim engine at work too many times, man. Michael Jordan doesn't win the title every year. I do want to see if I would have been the favorite over the Heat. Probably. I mean, Dumars, Rice, Michael Williams, Ricky Pierce. They have a good team, but I definitely had the best team left in the playoffs. Once I saw, like, genuinely, I think if we made it past Portland, we win the title. Because we didn't run into Shaq. Brutal. Absolutely brutal that this core didn't make it. And it might have been their only shot at it, too, depending on what I choose to do this offseason. That was a rough, rough miss. The winner of the NBA title this year, the Miami Heat, fucking swept them. Glenn Rice wins Finals MVP. As Portland stuck around just long enough to ruin my season. And then they bow out gracefully. The Miami Heat win their first title over a decade in advance from when D-Wade and Shaq did it. The Miami Heat win it. So with that, the 96 offseason. It turns out that we did get there. So we got to look at player retirements. Tom Chambers. Aguilo's gone. Among numerous others. historic changes. Players will wear their team jerseys during the All-Star game. A full change for the Jazz. Floor change for the Lakers. Uniform and logo change for the Pistons. Floor change for the Spurs. A full look change for the T-Wolves, just years into their existence. Celtics changed their logo as well. So with that, the most anticipated moment since the 92 draft. It is the 1996 lottery. The Grizzlies do, in fact, have the top odds. Chat has the second best odds and the 8th, thanks to the Lakers, whereas I have the third best odds, thanks to the Pistons. We'll see how it plays out. Next time! No, I won't. But remember, I could do that to you right now if I wanted to. Talking all that shit. Talking all that shit when you guys haven't won a fucking thing. Settle down. Let's do it. The Milwaukee Bucks stay with the 13th pick. The Charlotte Hornets stay at 12. The New York Knicks stay at 11. Patrick Ewing could indeed be on the open market. The Cleveland Cavaliers stay at 10. No movement so far. At 9, the Phoenix Suns stay. Good news for both of us. At 8, is it going to be the Washington Bullets stay. The Lakers pick fetches you the 8th overall selection. At 7, the San Antonio Spurs have moved up. The Timberwolves will select 7th. The Clippers and Spurs have moved into the top 3. The Toronto Raptors stay at 6. It'll be top 5 for both of us. It's just a matter of where. I'm good with the top 5 pick, man. There are 5 players that are worth it, so I'm good. Even if I land at 5, I'm good. And the Mavericks do indeed land at 5. Chat's in the top 3. I made it to the Western Conference Finals and got the 5th overall pick. I'm good. The Washington Bullets stay at 4. Neither of us win this particular lottery. Chat will select 4th and 8th, while I'll be selecting 5th. The 3rd overall pick belongs to the Vancouver Grizzlies, who had the number 1 odds. So it was the Spurs and the Clippers. 2 Western Conference teams, which is terrible news for me. The San Antonio Spurs have landed the number 1 overall pick. The Clippers will select 2nd. 3.7% chance. And the Spurs, for the 3rd time in their history, have the number 1 overall pick. It is worth noting you guys have the 4th, the 8th, 22nd, and 23rd picks, while I will have the 5th and the 28th. So neither of us outright win the lottery. We go to the draft. With the first pick in the 1996 draft, the San Antonio Spurs select Allen Iverson. AI goes first overall to San Antonio. You know, there's an interesting thought that was put out there about the nuke. I have no reason. Yeah, I can't even move Hardaway. Google, thank you for the follow. I can't move any of my players even if I wanted to. No offers at all. For the record, in case you wanted to know if that was possible for you guys, and I don't know if I can actually find out right now because I'm stuck on the Mavericks. Why am I going this way? I was thinking Wizards. I don't even know if you guys could do it. Yeah. We're stuck. With the second overall pick, the Los Angeles Clippers select Kobe Bryant. Kobe Bryant is a Clipper. The Vancouver Grizzlies, third overall, select Sharif Abdur-Rahim. The Bullets at 4 do not get a trade offer, meaning you are looking at one of the 4. Stephon Marbury, Marcus Camby, Ray Allen, or Steve Nash. And I'm seeing a lot of Steve Nash. Wololo throwing out Ray Allen. We'll just put it to a vote. Why not? We'll put it to a vote. Who will it be? And whoever you don't take, I get to take. Unless there's a trade offer. Who knows? Who knows? Who will it be, chat, with your 4th overall pick? Who's it gonna be? Who's it gonna be? What do you think? What do you think? You can't trust listed potentials. Excuse me, that was a dry-ass sneeze. It does have Nash at an A+, but again, it's only 74% scouted. You're going off a name value at this rate, essentially. And the choice has been made. Steve Nash on his way to Washington with the 4th overall pick. At 5, the Dallas Mavericks do not get a trade offer. I do need a power forward, but there's not one who's available. I don't need to take Marcus Camby. So with that, Ray Allen, welcome to Dallas. It's Ray Allen, man. At 5, the Toronto Raptors select center Marcus Camby. At 7, the Minnesota Timberwolves select Stephon Marbury. Washington at 8 gets no trade offers. So honestly, you're looking at one of these 5 C+. Again, a reminder of what your team looks like at this stage. You got a veteran in Bimbo Coles at point guard, Stackhouse and Ogman, Lamont Murray at shooting guard. You do not have a forward in either position, and you don't have a center either. So let's see who it'll be. We will put these options up. It'll be Antoine Walker, Eric Dampier, Peja Stojakovic, a dude named Keith Whitehead, who was generated, or shooting guard Kerry Kittles. Who will it be? That is the question. And then obviously the second tier is Ilgauskas, Derek Fisher, Jermaine O'Neal, but you might as well go with the guys who are listed at a C+. You might as well. Well, Peja Stojakovic won. It's a pretty smart pick. Peja was a great player. Peja Stojakovic and Steve Nash on their way to Washington. Phoenix at 9 takes center Eric Dampier. Cleveland at 10, Antoine Walker. The Knicks at 11, center Bradley Nash. Charlotte at 12, Zydrunas Ilgauskas. Milwaukee at 13, Kerry Kittles. Utah at 14, Derek Fisher. Atlanta at 15, Shannon Anderson. Denver at 16, Keith Whitehead. New Jersey at 17, take Jermaine O'Neal. Chicago at 18, Rob Garnett, generated dude. Philadelphia at 19, trade the pick. for Mark Eaton and a second. So Vancouver select Ken Carter. Generated dude. The Blazers at 20 have also traded the pick as they acquire Rod Strickland in a second. And the Phoenix Suns take point guard Jesse Smith, another generated guy. The Magic at 21, Tony Delk. Back-to-back picks for the Bullets. You have to make the first one. And I mean, if you're looking at a C-rated guy, it's one of these options. It is one of those options. Unless you start looking at a C-. The quality of the draft has looked to have started to decline. Unless any of these guys end up being half decent. So what we will do is go with either a power forward, a small forward, or a shooting guard. If it lands on shooting guard, then hey, you know you're taking the shooting guard. If it lands on power forward or small forward, we'll throw it to a secondary vote with the players in that position, since there are 2 C forwards, small forwards, and then 2 or 3 actually power forwards. So, and it's going to be power forward. So it'll be one of those 3. Will it be Patrick Houston, Jerome Williams, or Christian Hayes? And you see the ages there. I mean, Hayes is 24. The other 2 are 23. So you got the 6'9" Jerome Williams, who is real, or the generated 6'9" Patrick Houston. Jerome Williams, though, is the real player. Might be a little bit more relied upon, although the game seems to really like Patrick Houston. Starter bench for Houston. You don't know about the other one. That is the question. So, I mean, the second, or third, excuse me, of your 4 first-round picks might not be a home run here. We'll see. In general, the quality of this draft has dropped a decent amount. Obviously, it was all about the picks at the top. You guys did land Steve Nash and Peja Stojakovic, though. It's a close vote. But by 2, Jerome Williams will join Washington. And again, you do have the back-to-back picks, but you do get a trade offer for this one. 7 of them. It would likely be wise to take this based on the quality, as the Celtics offer you Monty Williams and a 98 top 3 protected first rounder that could obviously go to 99. The Miami Heat just offered you 2 first round picks in 97, one of which is their own and is top 3 protected. Sacramento offering you 2 first round picks, top 3 protected in 98 and 1 in 99. The Knicks are offering you a veteran in Charles Oakley. Rockets, Fred Hoiberg, and a 2000 first. You don't want a 2000 first. 99 and a 2000 first from Seattle. And the Warriors offering you a 97 and 98 first round pick, both top 3 protected. So, by the way, Monty Williams, 24 years old. C potential, so he's not that great. So there is the Miami offer, but you have to remember they just won the NBA title. 297 firsts. Sacramento offering you a 98 and a 99 first. You have the Sonics deal, which wasn't really worth it. Golden State offering a 97 and a 98 first. Or you keep the pick and select somebody else that was left. Those are the options, chat. Can we see whose pick Miami's offering? No. Because then technically you'd have to take that offer or decline it. Unless I manually put in the freaking trade offers again, which the conditions and all that shit. It's between Miami and Golden State right now. Golden State making a late comeback. Again, Miami, top 3 protected their own pick in 97, but they are offering another one And you have Golden State offering both the 97 and 98 picks of their own. They are both top 3 protected, meaning they could each slide a year. But you would avoid the 2000 draft. And it looks like, barring a change, that the Miami Heat offer is going to win. So Chat's trading the 23rd overall pick and a second rounder next year to Miami for 2 future first-round picks. It's Seattle's. So they're in an interesting spot with Sean Kemp and company. Who knows how good or bad that pick will be. It'll probably be a better pick, but hey. So Miami, with that pick, take forward Malik Rose. Yes. Indeed, dude. Indeed. So, Dallas on the clock at 28. I don't get a trade offer, which sucks. I'm probably going to have to take Patrick Houston. I need a power forward. I need somebody else in the mix. Yeah. It's either take Walter McCarty because he's real, or risk it on Patrick Houston. I'm going to go actually... Oh, God. I'm going to go for Walter McCarty. Instead of Houston... I'm going to go for Walter McCarty with this pick. If they slide, they are no longer protected, correct? Walter, welcome in, buddy. Do we have any other picks? We have a Bullets second round selection. Well, actually, no, this is, yeah, it's a second round pick. Well, there's 2 guys that are C's left. You might as well take Patrick Houston, or you could take a center. I mean, none of these centers look particularly great. There are 5 of them, but again, they are all complete shots in the dark for you. And it looks like Houston's going to win out in chat from what I'm seeing. So, Patrick Houston, and who knows, maybe that was a brutal mistake by me to not take him. So, we are in the second round. There is another pick still to come. It's another Bullets pick. You do have 14 offers for it. Second rounder in 98. Kick the deal down the road. Honestly, I mean, you could see who's left, or you could kick the second round pick down the road. Not the worst idea in the world. At best, it might be a guy that was listed as a C-, who maybe is better than advertised. I'm just going to take whatever the best option is here for you. I'm not going to put it up to a vote. Like, it's just whatever the best one is. And for the most part, it's looking like it's going to have to be a swap. That's the best one. So I will... Yeah, I'll leave it up to you guys. Actually, who do you want to... Who will be bad? You can bank on the Philadelphia second rounder in 98. Chicago... and yeah, there is the whole pick swap thing, but at the same time, I mean, you do get the second round pick down the road. It's pretty much it's the same difference. You can get Orlando, New Jersey, or Portland. Whose pick swap are you taking? Basically, best guess for you. Who's going to be shit? Who do you want to bank on being shit? Philadelphia's old. Chicago has the best player of all time. Orlando could lose Shaq. New Jersey's somewhere in the middle. Portland is bad, but did just make the NBA final. Looks like Philly's going to win. Cool. There you go. There you go. Congratulations. You took the Philly deal. And they took a rando shooting guard. And the Mavericks on the clock with the final pick of the draft. Oh, lucky me. Holy shit. Well... Jesus. Well, there's no way I'm going to sign anybody that's actually here. I was going to say, is there a fun name? But it's probably not even worth looking. Well, I'll take another risk on a power forward, just in case they're magically decent. I got for the aggregates. I'm not going to have any potentials lined up either. That dude's apparently a C+, but absolutely terrible. Am I allowed to... What the hell's the age? There we go. It was the youngest. This dude. Dave Paul. You got 2 first names, Dave Paul. Welcome in. So Iverson goes first overall to San Antonio. Kobe Bryant on his way to the Clippers. As chat ends up with Steve Nash. I end up taking Ray Allen. You also get Peja Stojakovic. We'll kind of see how these rookies pan out. But a very, very big draft, to say the least. For me, Ray Allen rocking that A- potential, 20 years old to 78. McCarty kind of sucks. 70 overall, C-. I don't want to sign him to that much money. I'd rather save the money. And then Dave Paul. It's a B-, 66, 21 years old. I'm not going to sign him either. I'm only going to sign Ray Allen. For you guys, you have Steve Nash with his A potential, 78 overall. Peja with his A- potential, 77 overall at 19. Jerome Williams is a C potential at 23 and a 73. You could decline signing him. He improves your depth, but if you want to try to make a splash in free agency, you should probably let him go. And then Patrick Houston with a B+, 23 years old and a 73. He's not bad. The big question is Jerome Williams and whether or not you want to keep him or let him go for the sake of the financials. But at least you got Patrick Houston as a big man who might end up being half decent. Anybody want to argue for keeping Jerome Williams just to improve the depth, even though he's a little bit more expensive? Doesn't look like it. So Nash, Stojakovic, Houston is the haul, plus the first-round pick trade that you had. For myself, I landed Ray Allen, so I don't hate that. In terms of team options for you guys, Lamond Murray, who does still have that A- potential. There's Scott Haywood, who is still worth keeping as a depth option. And then Henry Sweeney is a C+ at 22, 69. You could keep Sweeney if you wanted to for depth. Let me know if you want to drop anybody. I'm picking up the option on Penny and Aaron McKee and Jason Caffey as well out of desperation. So, any disagreements about keeping these two just for half-decent young depth? I doubt it. You should probably keep them, but... So, keep Sweeney and dump Sweeney. It's not that expensive. He does suck, though. Yeah, he does only have the C+ potential. Let's see. Who's going to be the tiebreaker on Sweeney? A squared. Congratulations. You were the tiebreaker. You're the tiebreaker. Brad Doherty. Looks like he's going to be a free agent. In terms of qualifying offers, I'm going to keep Terry to here. For me, Blake, I'm going to keep him too. So Alonzo Mourning, I will have the qualifying offer on him. He is technically going to the market. For you guys, Delclaire, he gone. Jeff Carl, B- at 7. Yeah, again, none of these guys are crucial for you. Yeah, looks like you guys will just be freeing up a whole bunch of money. That guy's a B+, but he's 25. So, we'll see what happens in free agency. Again, Shaq's an RFA, but the big UFA is Patrick Ewing, Clyde Drexler, Olajuwon, Doherty, Michael Williams. Lionel Simmons has left Dallas. This is about to be a very interesting free agency class. Let me tell you. As all of a sudden, the Mavericks aren't looking as strong as they once were. I'll end up keeping Alonzo Mourning, but yeah, and chat's on the come up. They are still going to need some pieces, but right now the biggest thing is a center. So we'll see what happens.